If you've been looking for a tiny lens for your Fuji camera, this may be the one that you want. Then again, it might not be. But come along with me as I walk around town to see if this lens is any good. And then for an unexpected photography surprise. This is the Viltrox. It is a fixed focal length of 28. It has a fixed aperture of 4.5. My first stop was Clue Coffee to get a cortado, to swap my lens for this little pancake thing, and to say hi to one of my favorite baristas who is also a photographer. It is having trouble focusing. What a weird... Wait, hold on there. I'm gonna try that. All right, let's do that again. There we go. All right, sweet. I think I've got all my things that I just like unleashed. Bye, guys. I actually tried to take this lens out last week, but my fingers froze, so let's just pretend that that very weak moment of mine didn't happen. But it is sunny and warm today, and it feels like the perfect day to take photos. So right at the beginning, I was noticing that things just weren't in focus the way that I was composing. But I switched a few settings and I was able to lock in. So I bought this lens for my Fuji XS20 and it makes it like a super tiny combo, but for $99, I really am worried about its capabilities. And what I'm finding today right now is that the color, it just, at least on my screen, it doesn't feel right. I'm using these like Fuji film simulations and recipes, and I find that with my other lenses, they just feel more like dreamily rich colors. It feels more rich and more beautiful. And these just feel, the color feels very flat. What do you think though? But let's keep walking around and playing with it. I love the shadows on the ground with this bench, and I thought that would make a good photo, but it seems like it's just kind of turning out flat compared to my other lenses. I spotted these metal art pieces of dinosaurs, and then all of a sudden these two people started walking by, and I figured it would be kind of fun to make an image of them. I just keep finding that I'm not in love with the final product that this is creating. So I want to tell you a little bit about why I was drawn to a lens like this. My favorite thing to do is documenting real life, and my favorite tool for that is a dedicated camera that fits inside of my bag and that I can pull out quickly when the moments are happening. I really thought that this might be a way to turn my robust but very small camera into a daily carry. Like, tiny-ize it? Tiny-ize it? I don't know what the right word is for that. But I'm realizing more that part of the appeal of a daily carry is having it be flexible enough to capture moments in all kinds of light. And this lens, it's not that. So it makes me wonder, could it be the perfect tool for anything else? Like street photography or that sort of thing? And I really can't think of a scenario where I would pick up this lens over any of the other three in my kit. The cons of the quality of it and the aperture, they just don't outweigh the small size and the cost for me. But what I do think is that this lens in particular is a sign, hopefully, of smaller lenses that are to come. It's showing that there's a market driving this, and the more Fuji lens manufacturers know this, the more likely it becomes. So this was the really weird part of the day that I ran into a photographer I have known online for over a decade, but we just met in person at Imaging, which is a large photography conference just last month, and she's also planning to start a YouTube channel. She is part of the APA and was helping a group of photographers take down a large art exhibit that spanned 2 galleries in Grapevine, just a mile from where Imaging was held. I tried to get a photo of the group with my 28mm, but it was too tight, so I actually had to move to my iPhone, which worked beautifully. It was so awesome meeting all of you, and I hope to see more of you around town soon.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that. This one is good.
I had just a few more minutes before I had to leave, so I wanted to push this lens just a bit more to see if I could create something I loved. And I really wish I could have fallen for this lens. Aesthetically, it's exactly what I've wanted. But as a tool, it just doesn't live up to the expectations I've created for a good lens that gives depth and rich color. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's not a big investment, but is this a lens that you'd be holding on to? I'd love to hear more of your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if there's any tiny lenses that I should be trying, especially for a person who loves shooting wider. Go grab that camera and keep on shooting. If you love what I'm doing here and you want to support this work, the best free thing you can do is hit subscribe. I'd love to hear about what you are making too.